For thousands of years, humanity has stared into the night sky, believing our solar system was an island, a cosmic bubble in a sea of darkness. We thought the sun ruled everything we'd ever see, and that the comets and asteroids that drifted through our skies were ours alone. But the universe is never that simple. Sometimes, the darkness sends us visitors. In 2017, astronomers spotted something that changed everything. An object named oumuamua, the first known interstellar traveler ever recorded passing through our solar system. 2 years later came Comet Borisov, the second visitor. And now, in 2025, NASA has confirmed a third. They call it 3I Atlas, also known as Comet Atlas 3, the third interstellar object in human history. It came from beyond our solar system, and this time, NASA caught it. The discovery began quietly in early July 2025. In the mountains of Chile, one of the world's most advanced survey systems, the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System, or ATLAS, was performing a routine sweep of the sky. The telescope was part of NASA's Planetary Defense Network, scanning for near-Earth asteroids that could one day threaten our planet. But what ATLAS found that night wasn't from our neighborhood. It was something far older, far colder, far away. The system detected a faint streak of light moving across its detector too fast, too distant, and on a path that didn't fit anything known. Astronomers ran orbital simulations, plugged in data from observatories in Hawaii, South Africa, and Chile, and the math refused to obey the sun. The trajectory was hyperbolic, a perfect escape curve. This object wasn't circling our star. It was passing through it, not from here, not bound to our gravity. When the confirmation came in, NASA made the official designation, 3I, meaning third interstellar object, and Atlas for the telescope that discovered it. Together, 3I Atlas. Within hours, the global astronomy community was on alert. Observatories across the world turned their lenses toward the visitor. The Hubble Space Telescope began imaging. The James Webb Space Telescope, orbiting 1 million miles from Earth, captured its first infrared signatures. Even small backyard astronomers joined in, chasing the glowing streak as it drifted silently across the constellations. And what they found was astonishing. 3I Atlas wasn't just a ball of rock or ice. It was alive with color its coma. The cloud of gas surrounding it glowed with a strange green hue. Spectral data revealed a unique chemical fingerprint. Extremely high levels of carbon dioxide, with traces of carbon monoxide and methanol. The ratio of carbon dioxide to water was nearly 8-to-1, something never before seen in any comet within our solar system. To scientists, that ratio was a clue, a signature of where this visitor was born. It likely came from a solar system colder than ours, orbiting a dim, dying star. A place where carbon could freeze long before water ever could. That made 3I Atlas a time capsule, a frozen piece of an alien world that had drifted for millions, maybe billions of years through interstellar space before finding us. NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory modeled its journey. Based on its velocity around 40 kilometers per second, it likely entered our solar system from the direction of the constellation Lyra. For reference, that's near where the famous Kepler telescope once searched for exoplanets. But 3I Atlas wasn't born near Lyra. It only passed through that region thousands of years ago, before being nudged by another star's gravity and sent drifting toward us. The models suggest it's been traveling through interstellar space for at least 20 million years. Imagine that, a frozen piece of a long-lost solar system, wandering the void long before humans even existed. As 3I Atlas moved closer to the sun, its frozen gases began to vaporize, forming a bright, shimmering tail millions of kilometers long. It reached its perihelion, the closest point to the sun, on October 30th, 2025. At that moment, it was about 1.4 astronomical units from the sun, roughly the orbit of Mars. It never came close enough to threaten Earth. The closest approach was about 270 million kilometers away. Safe, but spectacular. For weeks, telescopes captured every second. NASA's Planetary Science Division coordinated an unprecedented observation campaign, pooling data from Hubble, Webb, and several ground-based facilities. Even the European Space Agency joined in, using its solar orbiter to study how solar radiation shaped the comet's tail. The more they studied 3I Atlas, the more questions it raised. Why was its nucleus so stable, while Borisov and Oumuamua disintegrated quickly? Why did it release carbon dioxide instead of water vapor as it heated? Some scientists even proposed that 3I Atlas might be a fragment of a much larger object, perhaps a broken piece of an icy planetesimal ejected during the violent birth of its original solar system. Others went further. They wondered if interstellar objects like this could be carriers of organic material seeds of life drifting between stars. Could comets like 3I Atlas be part of the reason life exists at all? Could they spread carbon-based molecules from system to system, turning galaxies into cosmic gardens? It's a haunting idea, and one that makes every discovery like this more important. The James Webb Telescope detected faint hints of complex carbon chains, possible precursors to organic molecules. Nothing definitive, but enough to spark new theories about how life's building blocks travel across the universe. But beyond the science, there's something poetic about 3I Atlas. It's a wanderer, alone in the dark for millions of years, crossing between stars until it briefly meets the warmth of another sun ours. Then, as quickly as it came, it leaves again, vanishing into the cosmic sea. Its path tells us we are not isolated. The galaxy is connected, not by communication or travel, but by movement by objects that drift from one system to another, carrying the fingerprints of countless worlds. Every interstellar visitor is a story written in ice and rock, a message from a place we'll never see, from a time before we were born. In a few months, 3I Atlas will fade. Its brightness will weaken. The tail will shrink until it disappears into the darkness beyond Neptune. But the data it left behind will last forever, recorded in the archives of NASA and the memories of those who watched it. And maybe, one day, when humanity finally sends ships beyond our solar system, we'll find another world where comets like 3I Atlas are born. Maybe we'll walk on their frozen plains beneath an alien sky and understand where this traveler came from. For now, all we can do is watch and wonder. Because 3I Atlas is more than a comet. It's a reminder that our story isn't limited to this one star or this one planet. The universe is full of travelers' objects, fragments, maybe even signals passing silently between suns, each carrying a story from somewhere else. It came from beyond our solar system, and NASA caught it. But what if it's not the last? What if there are hundreds more, thousands, drifting between the stars right now, unseen, waiting to be found? 3I Atlas may be leaving us soon, but it leaves behind a message. We are part of something vast, ancient, and connected. And every time a new interstellar visitor arrives, it's not just science, it's a conversation between worlds.